Employers. The following is a Sequoia Lending Workplace Wellness presentation. This self-insured medical expense reimbursement program, SIMERP, will place back in your pockets on average $639 per participate employee in potential payroll tax relief. And that's not all. You'll see an additional reduction of your workers' comp costs by up to 40%. On average $145 per employee. That's $784 annually per employee. Real money back in your pocket. With 100 employees. That's $78,400 annually to be used at your discretion. And your employees gain additional benefits, access to preventive care dashboards and guaranteed insurance coverage. With no net cost to you, the employer or your employees.
And it's a blessing to be able to talk to you and share with you an opportunity where you can impact businesses. And so I'm going to start off by letting you know that I'm going to present it as if I were presenting to a client. Okay, so I'll use Alan as my client. Okay, just to let you know, number one, everything we're going to talk about today is at no net cost to the business. No net cost. Number two, we're not here to replace a single professional that serves their business. So we're going to work this in conjunction with every professional that already works with them. So we're not going in and trying to tell them we're better or we got better rates or anything like that. It's going to be in conjunction with what they already do. Keep your professionals exactly where they are. Third thing is we don't replace their core employer paid benefits ever. Number four is there's net positive revenue for the company while adding additional benefits at no cost to them. And then their employees are going to get access to very valuable benefits at no reduction in their take-home pay and without any health questions. So let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to speak to you as if you were one of your clients, if you were one of the clients. Just let you know, we can do this for-profit, nonprofit, public sector, private sector, and we can actually work down to 2 W-2s, 30 hours or more, any group of 2 W-2s, 30 hours or more, as long as those 2 employees are not the owners, okay? Please, if you have any questions, put them in the parking lot. Wait till the end of the presentation so that we can have a nice fluid recording so that you all can review this, at your leisure. And then we'll answer all those questions at the end of the presentation, okay? So write those down and you can pepper me with those questions as soon as we're done. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and then we're going to go, okay? Right on. So, Alan, this is what they call a preventative healthcare management program with an emphasis on wellness, and this is going to work in conjunction with all the employer-paid benefits that you already offer. If you don't offer any benefits, that's okay. We can help you as well. It's called a SIMERP, a Self-Insured Medical Expense Reimbursement Program. It's a participatory preventative care program, and it's IRS, HIPAA, and ERISA compliant. And again, it's available to you, Alan, at no net cost to your business. Okay. It's an employer-sponsored workplace program that provides employees the opportunity to upgrade their benefit package with a certified wellness program while reducing both the employers' and employees' healthcare costs and expenditures, regardless of what insurance plan they're in, whether it be strong or weak. But let's talk about the employer. So all of you on the call, if you were the actual owner of a company or the director of a nonprofit or public sector or a city or county, in some states, we can reduce your workers' comp by up to 30%, and we'll keep your broker and policy in place. Okay, like in my state of California, I forgot to announce myself. I'm Will Schaub. I live in California, Pleasanton, California. We're going to reduce work comp for that company by up to 30%, and they get to keep their broker and their policy in place. That is unique. Number two, 70% of work comp claims in America happen on Monday. I'm not a work comp broker, but they happen on Mondays, except that's only 20% of the work week. It happens to be the beginning of the work week. We can mitigate Monday morning work comp claims by giving every employee an off-the-job disability plan, which is income protection, and an accident policy that pays them cash above and beyond their health insurance. And we do that at no reduction in their take-home pay and with no health questions. So now we give them a different path of least resistance. So when they get hurt off the job, they can pay their bills. And the reason most folks will claim on a Monday is because when they get hurt off the job, they know for a fact that their out-of-pocket hospital bills and doctor bills are on them, even if they have insurance. And they've got to do it with zero or very little income coming in. So like I heard some states like Florida, Texas, where there's no disability. So if I get hurt off the job or I get really sick, like cancer or something that keeps me from working, COVID, delivering a baby, guess what? You're on your own. How do you pay your bills if you got new bills, existing bills, and no income coming in? We can mitigate that. But then let's talk about your clients. We can reduce your payroll taxes, your FICA payroll taxes on average, $630 annually per employee at no net cost. And you're going to keep your accountant and your payroll and your CPA. So take 100 lives and they all participate. That's $63,000 of net money back in your pocket, whether you're a nonprofit, public, private sector, small, big company, $63,000 back in your pocket. Let me tell you what you could do with that $63,000. You can do whatever you like. You can buy farm equipment, a copier, you can buy a buy-sell, key man, bonus package, put more money in your 401k, pay for that Christmas party, executive bonus package, whatever you like. That is money that you're already spending, and we're going to go ahead and reallocate that back into your pocket. I'll show you how we get there in a second. Employees. Employees are going to get additional benefits that go on top of their health insurance, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Every single employee in America, 30 hours or more, W-2, full-time 30 hours or more, or 20 hours or more, making at least 28 grand, they're going to be able to get this app at no cost to their paycheck. And that's them, spouse, and all of their children up to the age of 26. So I'll show you how this works. It's a call button or text. So this is how this works. Let's say I've got health insurance. It doesn't matter if it's strong or weak. We are destined to reduce the usage on your health insurance and reduce your out-of-pocket costs when it comes to mental and or physical health. Let's say my son breaks his toe or a foot in a soccer game. If I have health insurance, the likelihood is I'm going to the emergency room. Let me tell you why that is a bad idea. 70% of all emergency rooms in America are not actual emergencies. That is not an emergency. Painful, but you're going to encounter emergency room kind of visit, which means the x-ray costs like an emergency room, not at an x-ray facility, right? All these costs that are going to go up, your deductible, your copay, your co-insurance. These folks will actually try to triage it virtually first. If it gets outside of the virtual environment, then they're going to quality and price source your situation and send you in real time, like a GPS, to a location that's going to cost you less time, less cumbersome, which will, of course, reduce the usage on your health insurance at an inappropriate time. They can write prescriptions of any kind. They've got every kind of doctor. Here's the one that is most favorite to me. Mental health services is the big problem and big issue today. You have mental health services 24/7, unlimited usage. All of this is unlimited usage. No copays, no deductibles, 24/7. It's in 80 languages. I can literally call them or text them and let them know I'm having whatever the situation is. And they'll give me a psychologist, psychiatrist, or a therapist, depending on my situation, walk me through it, put together a plan, write the prescription if I need it, right? And then this way, I don't ever have to leave my house. I don't have to pay a copay. I don't have to pay a deductible. Unlimited usage, me, spouse, all children. My chronic disease management can be run through here. If I have diabetes, they're going to run my diabetes management through here, make sure that I'm on with a nutritionist, weight management, whatever it is. If it has to go outside, let's say it's for dialysis, they're going to quality and price source that. So this way, and of course, coordinate it with my health insurance to make sure that I have the least cost with the highest value care. There's virtual urgent care, addiction recovery, smoking cessation, weight management, virtual dental support, second opinions. They'll even explain my health benefits to me, whether I have it through the company or independently or I'm on Medicare. And then here's the neat part. Let's say I do have a bill. They're going to say, don't pay the bill yet. Forward that bill to us in a secure site. And then we have bill decoders. We have bill coders, medical bill coders internally. They'll make sure that your bill is kosher. It's proper. It's not being double dipped. You're not, there's no errors. I don't know if people know, but 40 to 50% of the medical bills have errors on them. And what happens is we pay because we just don't know, right? And they don't have costs on the board like a Big Mac at McDonald's. I have no clue why you charged me $1,000 for a CT scan when I could have got it for $250. They do all this unlimited usage. And this is at no cost to you, sir or ma'am, for your business, Alan, and your employees can have all this coverage at no cost to their paycheck. So let me go back. They're also going to receive guaranteed issue. That means no health questions. Aflac style benefits like accident coverage that pays them cash above and beyond their health insurance. They'll be able to get short-term and long-term disability. Even if they're actually dealing with cancer today, they'll be accepted at the exact same rate, no health questions. Critical illness with cancer, life insurance, whole or term, dental, vision, whatever it is that the employees normally would have to pay for out of their paycheck, we've removed those two roadblocks, health questions and cost. And then let's talk about HR and payroll. Anytime it comes to benefits, HR and payroll, a lot of work. They don't like benefits. They know they have to offer it and handle it. But we work with every payroll company seamlessly. The install is less than 10 minutes. And then the technology that we have allows maximum efficiency so that every employee is happy and they get to pick and choose what they want, which I'll show you. And it's a minimal lift for HR and payroll. And then we give them white glove service. My background is 17 years with Aflac. I left there to do some tax incentive consulting, and then I got into this for the last 8 years. And we know how to help a company and not shut their business down and deliver high value savings for the employer and high value benefits to the employees, which helps with a lot of things. Labor is the number one challenge for most employees other than funds, other than cash flow. It's hard to get good people, and then it's hard to attract them and then retain them. If you add additional benefits, people are going to stay because most people don't defect because of pay. They defect because of benefits and culture. It is IRS compliant. So we have ERISA docs that handle all the architecture to back this offer. So if someone mentioned 401k or 403b or HSA or FSA, they all require ERISA docs to make sure that they support that architecture. We do the exact same thing so that it's 100% compliant, so the employer doesn't have to worry and look over their shoulder at any time. So let's just give you a quick example of why this is huge. Alan, we appreciate that you have 100 W-2 employees. We're going to reduce your work comp payroll on average $14,500 a year. So your work comp percentage in California on 1.45 million evaporates if you allow us to come in, present to 100 employees, and they all participate. We get to a 90 to 100% participation rate. But we're also going to hand you $63,000 in net FICA tax payroll savings. By the way, this is money that you're already going to spend. We're going to turn it around. Now that liability's on you, that amount, and then it's going to go back in your pocket, and you can go ahead and do whatever you want. And then for your employees, they're going to have an average of about $100 a month on the minimum times 100. That's $120,000 worth of extra spending power that'll go out to your employees to spend on a menu of benefits. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Program eligibility, they must be W-2. They must have a health insurance plan through the company, spouse, independently, or Medicare. If they don't have one, we'll give them a minimum medical plan that costs the employer nor the employee not a single penny out of their paycheck. And we'll handle all that. And the employees don't have to pay for it. And then they must be 30 hours a week or 20 hours a week making $28,000. Keep in mind, we're recording this. So recap, employer tax savings, additional benefits, neither party has to pay for. It's an immediate impact because that savings is going to hit every time you run payroll. So you don't have to wait the whole entire year to get the money. It is continuous in perpetuity as long as you keep it in place. We have a very high opt-in rate, 80 to 100% versus 10 to 30% for your traditional, cafeteria plans. And then there's a refined healthcare strategy. You put this program in place, it will reduce your healthcare spend anywhere between 8 and 15%. So at 100 employees, looking at about $96,000 a year in reduction in your healthcare costs, not including everything else. So this is what I meant by net positive revenue in your pocket. And here's what I can tell you. In 23 years, when it comes to benefits and net positive revenue, They don't actually go together. They don't commingle. But today's the day that we can help you, Alan, with that. Okay. Every employee in America, we can do this in all 50 states. We have all the tax codes in every single state. Okay, so it doesn't matter what state you're in. Some states have state taxes, some don't. Matter of fact, in a few months, we'll be able to do this in Puerto Rico and Guam as well. But every employee is going to save federal and or state taxes, Medicare, and Social Security taxes. On average, about $150 a month is going to go back in their pocket, in their paycheck. They don't get to keep the money. So we're going to find $150. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. But let's say it's $150. They don't get to keep the money, but they get to take that $150 and enroll in benefits like income protection in case of an off-the-job injury or an illness, including the delivery of a baby. So they would be paid a portion of their income. No health questions. You can literally have 5 pre-existing conditions. We'll go ahead and get you covered. Critical illness with cancer. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with cancer policies or critical illness policies. This is a lump sum plan. Covers me, my spouse, all my children up to the age of 26. I can pick 10 grand, 20 grand, 30. Let's say I pick $30,000. I have an internal cancer diagnosis or I have a heart attack. The insurance company is going to send me a $30,000 check with no taxes above and beyond my health insurance, and I'm not required to pay my health bills with it. Which means, because by the way, your health insurance, as great as it is, you can never use Blue Cross at the Target to pay for your groceries or your car note or your mortgage or the diapers or utilities or the cell phone bill or the travel, the lodging, or the lost time or the lost spouse's time. I get that money and spend it on whatever I want. There's no taxes on it. And if it happens again 6 months from each other, they'll pay me another 30 grand. And my kids are covered at 25% of the benefit at no cost, but I'm going to take it right out of my allotment. You can get a hospital plan, you can get an accident plan, they pay cash above and beyond your insurance. We'll give every employee in America and their spouse and their children life insurance, whole with cash value or term. We can even offer them dental and vision. A lot of employers offer dental and vision, except the employees have to pay 100% of the cost. How about giving them a solid plan and they don't have to pay for it out of their paycheck? They can use this money to do it. If they've already got a dental or vision plan, we can give them a supplemental dental and vision. So I have some folks that have a great vision plan, but it doesn't cover everything, or dental doesn't cover everything. I have a plan that stacks on top and it pays, they both pay, which is now going to make sure that it mitigates your out-of-pocket costs when you go get any kind of treatment or glasses or contacts. This is a very simple program. The way we run the allotments is we asked your company, Alan, to run a payroll report and a W-4 report. Every employee that onboards as a W-2 must fill out a W-4 to tell you exactly how to dictate federal and state tax withholdings. You don't have to give us names or socials. We'll give you a secure site. You send us to that, and this is what it looks like. I'll make my screen a little bit bigger. So this is a 9-employee company in the state of California, but this works in all 50 states. So this employee right here, we're going to save them $301.76 in gross tax savings, federal and or state, Social Security, Medicare. So the government's going to take less taxes because this is an IRS approved program. We're going to take $85 fee out of that 301 for that wellness app for their whole family, whether they're single or not. And then they're going to take $216.76 post-tax and buy whatever they like off of that menu. Here's my analogy. Imagine if you're in a restaurant and someone gave you $216 to spend. How would you spend it? Off the menu, the way you wish, right? For me, it's going to be a lot of brisket, a lot of beer. So if I'm in Texas, it's a lot of brisket, a lot of beer, okay? But you can spend it however you like off the menu. The company's going to save $1,119.96 in gross tax savings. There's a $40 fee for that wellness dashboard. Comes out of here. If the employer doesn't do it, they're sending this off to FICA unnecessarily. And that leaves them with $639.96 a year in FICA tax savings, or $53.33 a month, every employee, as long as they keep it. I'll show you the paycheck and where the money comes from. Sounds too good to be true? Well, this has been around since Obamacare 2013, or the ACA, on page 33,161. If you like War and Peace, that's 33 of those. Okay, so that's my joke. You're never going to get there. Okay. So on the left-hand side, this is a monthly paycheck. We run the examples weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly. Even if it's a school district, they're paid 10th or 11th. But the person on the left-hand side is not doing our program. This is their current paycheck monthly gross. This is their pre-tax deductions currently, taxable income. Their W-4 that the employer sent me dictates how much federal and or state is being withheld. Here is your matching FICA right here. You owe this as a company, no way to get around it. And then here's their total withholding, and here's their net. So, Alan, if one of your employees wanted to potentially participate, I will let them know that if they say no, here's their gross. If they say yes, here's their gross. If they say no, here's their total withholding. If they say yes, it's the same. And if they say no, here's their net. And if they say yes, here's their net. It doesn't affect their paycheck, their gross, their ability to get a loan. Their refunds are about the same or better. But here's how it works. It's a little bit of magic behind the payroll, but we run it through the payroll seamlessly. There's a pre-tax premium of $1,220 a month coming out of their check monthly. Okay. I'll pause. Not a single person in America is going to take a third of their income pre-tax for any reason. But it's a self-insured plan and a participatory wellness plan. SIMERP under 105.11 K1, K2 in the IRS allows the employer to take it out pre-tax and then reimburse them simultaneously in the same paycheck after tax. If that's the case, as the owner of your company or the director of your nonprofit, would you rather pay work comp and FICA on this amount or work comp and FICA on this amount? I'm assuming it's the latter. And as an employee, would you rather pay federal at that amount or this, state at this amount or that, Social Security or Medicare? So here's how it works. The government says, don't send us $575.60, send us $372.52 legally. And then whatever is left over, $203.08 in this employee's example, is going to be able to go back to this. $85 for the wellness plan, that triggers everything. And whatever they've got left over, they're going to go ahead and spend it off of that menu of benefits, but they've got to use the money on the benefits. They can't keep it in their paycheck. And then this is how we handle it. We meet with the employees on your behalf. So we've got enrollers all over America. We have 2,000 of them. So we'll meet with the employees and present at a staff or safety meeting. We've got several coming up where we're doing probably 15, 20 of them. We present to them at the front end of a meeting to explain the offer. And then when we're done, we have a scheduler where they click the scheduler and they'll get in on a one-on-one presentational or not presentational, one-on-one consultation with an enrolled agent that knows the whole entire plan, explains the allotments, how it works, how it doesn't differ, how it helps on top of their insurance, and then walks through the plans so that when they're done, they're going to say either no or yes with the same effect. That's why we don't have to convince anyone. In 23 years, I don't have to give opinion or advice. It's logic, math, facts. And we'll answer all the questions so that they're comfortable when they decide to stay this way on 575 withholding or this way with the extra benefits on 575 withholding. I will stop my share. Any questions? I'm sure there's tons.